Hi YouTube! Hi guys, I'm back. I have been having the worst luck with my videos. It's actually not luck, it's just simply stupidity. But I'm here. I shall prevail. I made this video 3 days ago, the whole thing, and I edited it and I had it ready to go. And then I needed to clear up some space so that I could upload it to YouTube. So, good news, I did clear up some space. Bad news, I cleared up some space by deleting the entire video. And it sucks because this video is all about how to cry on camera, but really more so about how to get emotional when you need to. In an audition, in a scene, when you get pulled over and you need to talk your way out of a ticket. Anyway, so this is all about how to get emotional, how to get in tune, in touch with your emotions. So I have 3 tools that I use when I need to get emotional in a scene or for an audition. I'm gonna start with my favorite one, the one that works best for me, and these are 3 totally different techniques. If you guys have some cool tips, please comment below because I'm always looking to kind of expand my emotional repertoire. Oh God! Okay. My hair, And that brings us to my first tool when trying to get emotional on camera, using the Meisner technique or the Stanislavski System. Essentially what the Stanislavski System is using something real from your life to relate to the scene. So for example, I had a scene a couple weeks ago, an audition, and I had to walk into a room and find my boyfriend dead. And so using the Meisner technique does not mean, okay, when was the last time I found my boyfriend dead? Right, yeah. No, it's being able to pull on things that would have maybe given you the same emotional reaction or that have just given you a strong emotional reaction in the past. And so you can start thinking, what is a memory that I have that's going to get me where I need to be emotionally? I also want to make a quick disclaimer before I go into something. There is a difference between crying and getting emotional. And just because you don't feel like at this point or ever you can produce real tears, it doesn't mean you're not a good actor, and it doesn't mean that you don't have emotional capability to get to that spot. Some of the most powerful emotional scenes ever on camera have been completely dry-eyed. And maybe the audience isn't dry-eyed, but the actor is. So tears does not mean you're a good actor because you can cry on cue. Because we've all seen a movie or watched a show, and someone's fake crying and they're bawling or whatever, and you're just kind of like, oh, I don't buy it. Like, it's just not genuine. Whereas, like I said, you'll watch something that just like shakes you to your core, and this person is just completely dry-eyed. So tears do not equal emotion, and if you find that you can't produce tears, or maybe you try some of these exercises that I'm gonna do and you're not able to like get tears, don't worry, because it's not what it's about. And if eventually you do, then like, cool. And if you don't, cool. It's fine, and it's you. And everybody is different. Every actor is different. Just because you can't actually produce real tears does not mean you're not a good actor. It does not mean that you don't have emotional depth. Anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. So using the Meisner technique, Stanislavski System, I'll go into a first kind of thing. So I'll just kind of walk you through what I did, what I would do. The scene is, I walk into a room, I find my boyfriend dead. I have not had that experience, but I'm gonna use something from my own life that's gonna help me get there. So, I'll think of a memory that's gonna jog some emotions. So I'm already thinking, and I'm already getting there. So then I can start my scene, and I already think something is up. I'm already worried, I open the door. So there you go. Ah! Okay. So there you go. That's like, getting emotional. I don't really want to wipe my eyes. I'm at my mom's house again, and she has cats, and so I like try and not touch my eyes because there's just like inevitably cat hair everywhere. So I feel like if I touch my eyes, I'm really allergic to cats, by the way, but I own them, but I've always had them in my house. So anyway, so that scene, using that technique, I'm walking into the room. I'm not thinking about the time that actually happened to me. I'm pulling on personal experiences that make me emotional. And I am able to get emotional quite easily because I think I'm quite an anxious person, and I can just like work up crazy scenarios in my head, like worst things that could happen and whatever. And that's something that I still like to work on all the time though, because there's always more that you can do, always ways you can improve. All right, so my second tool is something that I'm not able to really show on camera here, but the second thing that I like to do is to manipulate my adrenaline and my nerves when in a live audition. So what I mean by that is this doesn't really work if you're self-taping or if you're, doing something at home or in a not high pressure situation. It works for me best when I'm seeing a casting director because I have that adrenaline and those nerves going crazy. So how I like to visualize it is that I have this ball of electric, crazy, burning nerves and adrenaline, and it's like in my gut. It's just like in the pit of my stomach. And you feel that when you're about to go do something that makes you so nervous. It's like right in your stomach, and it's like the butterflies that people describe. But I like to picture it like a ball of energy. And what I want to do before going into the room or while in the room is channel that energy, and so that I have control of it instead of it having control of me. So I can shoot my adrenaline and my nerves into channels of emotion and anger and passion and articulating and all the things that I need to do in the scene, in the room. I just shoot and choose the channel that I want that energy to go down. So you're in a scene. You've got to be emotional. You know that you're nervous. Now my allergies. Excellent. You're going to use that. All right, I'm nervous. Now, for a scene that this worked really well for me, I was reading for a woman who was having her child taken away from her. So instead of looking at the casting director like a casting director, I was like, that's the woman who's going to take my kid away. And her assistant, that's her enforcer. That's her muscle. That's the guy who's going to hold me back while they take my kid out of my house. You walk into the room and you have that in mind. So you can use that and think, would I be nervous? Would I have this crazy energy in this pit in my stomach if someone was trying to take my kid away? Yeah, I think so. Because that's reality for you. And in this case, when I was doing this scene, I had tried using that first technique when I was rehearsing, using the Meisner technique, and okay, how can I relate it? And I just found it very difficult. I don't have children, and I couldn't get there to the same degree that I wanted to. So that's when I used my second technique, channeling and manipulating those nerves and that adrenaline and that energy to get you to that emotional place. Because everything is heightened when you're nervous. It's easier to cry, it's easier to get angry, but it's also easier to lose control, to forget your lines. So it's all about controlling and manipulating those channels of energy. So my third tool, the final tool that I use, I don't use this one as often, but this is a fantastic technique if you are a beginner actor or children. This is a really, really cool way for kids to kind of learn their emotional scale and range. So if you yourself are a child watching this, or if you have a kid who wants to get into acting and do this is like a fun attainable way to kind of show some emotional range. So the third thing that I use is the 10-second countdown technique. So what you're going to do is you're going to count down from 10 to 1. And when you're at 10, you are elated. You're the most happy person on earth. You have never been more happy in your entire life. You just got the best news in the world. When you're at 5, you're neutral. And when you're at 1, you're devastated. You are so upset. So you slowly count down and you do it at your own pace. A way that you could use this practically in an audition or when you're doing a taping or something is, obviously you can't in the middle of your scene be like, sorry, just 1 second. 10, 9. But what you can do is before you go into the room or before you tape your audition or whatever it is, count yourself down to the level that your audition starts at. So say you start and you're kind of sad. Count yourself down to a 4 or a 3 and start your scene from there, and maybe then you'll be able to kind of dip into those lower, harder ranges of emotion if you're already starting at a level. So I'll do a quick 10-second countdown for you, just to kind of show you what it looks like. 10, elated, 5, neutral, 1, very sad. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was feeling low when I was at 1. So it can work both ways. You can start either way. It's just usually harder to get to that really raw emotional place. So it's easier to kind of like start at 10 and go down. But like you can mix it up. Be like, okay, I'm going to start at 5. I'm going to be neutral and like really challenge myself to get there in 5 seconds. But yeah, I mean, even in that, even when I ran through that, I did not get as emotional as I maybe wanted to at 1. So it's a practice. It's a work in progress. And that's like a kind of cool thing you can do just to work your range and whatever. So yeah, those are my 3 tools for crying on camera, or just, I would prefer to say getting emotional on camera, or when the stakes are high, when you've got to get emotional, when people are counting on you to get emotional. These are the tools that I use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to try these out and let me know what you think, that'd be really cool, because I want to know if anybody else does this, or if you have a different technique that you use or something else that you've learned. Comment below and let me know, because I really want to know. Like, I'm a sponge. Please, I'll learn from you. Let me know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you guys want to keep up with everything that I'm doing, just hit that subscribe button so you can follow me on my journey. And also, real quick little plug for me and my friends. I'm in the first episode of the 2nd season of Channel Zero No End House, which is playing on Sci-Fi. The 20th, I think that's Wednesday. This will be uploaded on, I think, a Friday. Wednesday, September 20th, tune your channels, Sci-Fi, Channel Zero. I'm in the first episode only, so like watch that one and then watch the rest, because they're amazing. They just get better. It's so good. So yeah, that'd be really cool if y'all watched, and I will see you in my next video. I will talk to you soon.